Hey guys, welcome to the Personal Finance, and today we are discussing something really interesting, which is basically for a fresher, right? If you want to start with zero, that means you do not have any savings, you just have got a job, or you are under 30, right? And how do we proceed with financial freedom? I am not talking about FIRE here. I am not talking about retiring early here. I am just talking about financial freedom, right? Now, to begin this discussion, right, I want you to know that this video is not for people who are looking to grow money. It's not for the ones who want to gamble with their life savings. Not for the ones who are looking for investment advice. This is not for the one who are impatient. The ones who already know the financial independence fundamentals, the ones who are already in their FIRE journey, this video is not for you. Please do not waste your time. Just exit this video. If you are any one of these sort of people looking for some advice, some financials, some magic, it won't happen here. This channel does not believe in magic. We are into completely calculations, modeling and Excels and all those numbers, so that it can bring you some relief that you probably are on the right path. Let's define a success, right? Because you need to know a very definition of success when somebody talks about financial independence, saying that I am successful, right? मुझे कामयाबी हासिल हुई, मुझे कामयाबी मिल गई है, मैं सफल हूँ types, right? So that sort of things, if somebody says, you have to understand what success for them means. A dictionary meaning of success is the accomplishment of an aim or a purpose, right? If you find your purpose and you have accomplished it, that means you are able to achieve success for that purpose, right? When somebody says, I want to be successful, and you ask them, okay, what do you mean by it? What's your purpose? And they are like clueless. That means they are just BSL. Everything is BSL. They don't know what successful means. So first define your purpose. And we're trying to define our purpose, saying that in few years, one person who is, say, age 25 in our discussion sake, wants to be financially independent. Success for her or success for him means that she or he wants to be financially independent in few years, right? The age of current person is about 25 years of old, right? 25 years of age. Now, that is what success will define success, that they achieve FI, okay? Right. A rule. So if you have to get into financial independence journey, there are some rules of engagement. Okay. 1, stay away from any kind of debt. मैं जानता हूँ आपको गाड़ी खरीदनी है, घर खरीदना है. I know you want to buy a house, you want to buy a car, you want to buy flashy things, you want to buy an iPhone. This video is not for them. Please do not waste your time. If you are into too much, okay, of course there is some materialistic things that you may definitely want, and of course working is not just for money and living life. दो रोटी घर में आएंगे तो उसी को जिंदा रहना तो क्या है, बाहर कोई रह लेगा, right? But it's not for the ones who want really those flashy things and all. This video is definitely not for them. Okay, all sort of flashy things. Of course, if it is, then you have to upskill yourself, right? So stay away from debt. Don't take any loan. Don't take all such of fancy things, loan and things like that. Okay. Second, protect your dependents. Get an insurance, personal insurance. Right. That means get some health insurance, get some term insurance. Right. It means that if you are started recently working and you have dependents, right? That means you have your parents as dependents. Most likely you are not married. So if you have your dependents, that is parents, take insurance for them, right? Take insurances for them. Take your insurance also, right? Get all the insurance possible, because since still you are young, you will be paying a lot less in terms of insurance, right? Next is have an emergency fund. I'll tell you how, right? And next is get a professional advice. Not let any dog come and piss on the tree, right? This is what I want to convey in this text. So stay away from loans, stay away from debt, protect your dependents, because protecting your dependents by having health or term insurance protects your money as well, what you're trying to grow. Again, this video is for someone who has zero savings, absolutely zero savings. Okay. Next, rules of engagement. Invest for long term. Okay, you're investing for long term. This is coming from somebody who is really experienced and has seen ups and downs of the market. So my thing is invest for long term, have patience, right? There are no shortcuts. Remember the dog always. There are no shortcuts. You have to do that, right? So save. You have to save. However, don't forget to live your life, right? Improve your skills. Upskilling is definitely one thing that you should always keep in your mind. You need to upskill yourself constantly. It's extremely important that you keep learning new things, right? For example, whatever I had learned, I am not doing right now any of the things that I had learned either in college or say 5, 6, 8 years back when I was in some corporate job. I am not doing any of those things, right? It's just you have to learn new things, you have to upskill yourself, you have to sell yourself, and that's how you will sail for the next couple of years to achieve your financial independence. Okay. Now, couple of things that, as I said, you have to get professional advice. I am just trying to give you a path. I am just trying to put you on a path, right? So you need to hire an advisor. Somebody might say, "Arey, mere paas to zero. I have a zero savings with me. Why are you even asking me to go to an advisor?" Look, an advisor costs you about 30 to 45,000 rupees for one time, right? You will have to go to him or her, and you will have to ask him or her, then, okay, fine, you know what, this is my plan, this is my financial goals and things like that. And they'll put you on a path saying that, okay, fine, this is your salary. They'll give you some funds, investment advising, all those things, right? If you have not seen Sholay, you should see a Sholay. Advisor is like Thakur, right? You have cut his hands, Thakur's hands. Advisor, you can only just guide you saying that, okay, fine, do this thing, but he or she cannot do it for you, right? That's what advisor is. I'm talking about SEBI registered advisors. I'm not talking about mutual fund distributors, right? Don't go with them. Go with a SEBI registered advisor. They will only advise and leave it to you unbiased. Most of them are unbiased. By definition, they are unbiased. Most of them will just give advice and leave it. They will not pester you, piss you off saying that, okay, fine, why didn't you invest here? No, they will just give you recommendation and get out of your way. Okay, they cost really less. Even though you have zero with you, it's always better just to be financially savvy and talk to an advisor and get things started for you. Okay, so some gyan. Now, you have zero savings is our assumption in this particular thing. You are about 25 years of age right now. And I would want to give you a concept of 50, 30, 20 budgeting rules. You might have heard this. If you are new to finance, welcome to this new concept, right? 50, 30, 20 budgeting rules means that 50% you allocate whatever you are earning, 50% of that needs to go to your needs, right? Food, shelter, ghar, roti, kapda, makan types kind of thing, right? That is what you have to keep 50% of income for needs, right? Next is 30% for wants. You want to take a small time, vehicle, a two-wheeler or things like that. Keep that 30% to that. Vacations, electronics, entertainment, or whatever you wish to spend that 30% of your income on. And next 20% is savings, right? You have to save at least 20% when you start earning. That is what we would want to believe. Again, as I said, if you want to live the richest lifestyle, you have to upskill yourself and start earning, right? This is not a gambling video wherein I will say, okay, fine, put 1,000 rupees, you will make 1 lakh out of it. Nahi, वैसा video पहले बोल चुका हूँ मैं. I have told this before. If that sort of mentality you have, please, you don't have to watch this video. Don't waste your time. Your time is precious. Probably you can put this somewhere else. Anybody who is claiming that they will make you rich in next 3 years, I am not the one. I'll never do that, right? Because I don't know how to do it. Finance is pretty boring, right? So I am going to give you this rule of 50, 30, 20, basically 80-20 rule, 20 save and 80 spend. And out of that 80%, 50, 30, which is needs and wants, you can continue to spend. Now, this is the first year This basically is the first year whenever you get your first salary. This is the first year of spend. After that, it will keep changing, and I'll show you how, right? It's 50, 30, 20. Keep this in mind. Please pause the video, okay? Have a look at this carefully. I'm assuming you're 25 to 30 years of age, you have zero savings with you, and how do you proceed for financial independence journey, okay? That's what we are trying to get here. So plan kya hai? What's the plan? How do I achieve financial independence? I'm a 25-year-old person and I want to achieve financial independence in the next couple of years. What does a couple of years means? Let's see some calculations, right? So you have to understand one thing, right? For example, the only investment tool that can possibly beat inflation or try to beat inflation is equity, okay? Equity investments are the only investments which probably can beat inflation, okay? Because as I said, right, toothpaste, sabun ho, toothpaste ho, kuch bhi ho, right? If you just go and buy that in market and the price have increased, obviously the stocks of those probably also will shoot up, right? So that is the one which probably can beat inflation, right? So equity is the only one which can beat inflation. On where to types of investments and all, I can probably do a small video of investment, but then I'm just trying to focus here that equity is most important, and also I'm assuming that you know what is equity, and that equity is basically stock market जो हम बोलते हैं वहाँ पे, but in a way of mutual funds, which is sort of organized and things like that. Again, all these things Gyan will be given to you by your advisor if you contact one. And when you talk about stock market, you know, the sequence of returns is what we call sequence of returns risk is what we call SORR. It means what? It means that if this year you have 10% stock market return, agle saal, next year it could be minus 20, right? To next year it could be plus 30, next year it could be minus 40. So there is no set returns that one can claim that equity markets will give, right? There is no set returns. But then since you are young, the sequence of returns risk does not matter for you since you are young, okay? Since you are young, it does not matter. Next, why it doesn't matter? Because you should not be withdrawing from your investments. I wish somebody would have told these things to me when I was 25. Honestly, I mean, I certainly pray to God if I press a button and I'm going back, about 28, 30 years back, I would wish that somebody would have told these things to me, okay? So this really matters. Be disciplined. Do not withdraw from your investment. Does not matter where the market is heading. Plus, minus, ऊपर नीचे कहीं भी जाए market, आप अपना पैसा ना निकालें, right? That is your commitment to a plan, that whatever you want to build a plan. Next is obviously, I cannot harp more. I cannot repeat this. Keep improving your skills, right? Keep improving your skills, and that is the most important thing that will come up, okay? So this is a plan, and I will switch to Excel after this quickly, but I want you to read this carefully, right? If you are 25 right now, it's a plan of 20 years. Now somebody said, अरे 20 साल क्या बकवास कर रहे हैं हम लोग यहाँ पे, अब 20 साल का प्लान बता रहे हैं हम लोगों को, हमने सोचा था कि आप 4 साल में आपको बताएंगे, बकवास है ना? तो दिस इज़ नॉट, एज आई सेड, ये ऐसा नहीं है, ऐसा प्लान नहीं है. आपको अगर लगता है कि आप कि कोई somebody can claim to make you financially independent in next 5, 6, 10 years, please go to him or her. Again, as I said, don't waste your time on this video. But this is a 20-year plan. Again, why can this plan change? Of course, it will change as and when we move ahead, right? But this is just to give you a confidence that it's possible. It's possible for someone to become financially independent. It's possible, right? Possible with a salary. Let's say a 25 years old guy starts with a salary of 6 lakhs, right? The first and foremost thing is that, let's say a 25 years guy starts with a salary of, this one, right? Starts with a salary of 6 lakhs. Okay. I hope things are clear to you. Okay. So if a 25-year-old starts with a salary of 6 lakhs, right? I'm assuming that 80% of the salary is expense. That means 80% of his salary, which is 4.8 lakh rupees, is being spent on needs and wants. And the saving is about, this is 20%. The saving is 20%. Okay, the saving is 20%. Let's assume that. And I'll give you details about the assumptions, right? कि कैसे वो path set होगा, how this path could be set, and you could be convinced that it is possible, and you can move on with your normal life, right? It's possible. It's very much possible to be financially independent in 18-20 years, okay, with a salary of 6 lakhs, beginning salary of 6 lakhs. Now what happens is, this column I want you to understand. I have taken a 7% inflation, which is a very generous inflation. I have considered 7% inflation, and I have considered present value expense. That means present. Just have a look at this present value expense column here. Okay, this present value expense column here. It means that say when you're 35, you are spending today's 10 lakhs, right? That means inflation adjusted 20 lakhs. In 35 years of age, after 10 years, you are spending 20 lakhs, which is equivalent to today's 10 lakhs. Okay. So this will give you a reference of what you will be spending at that particular year of today's value, right? Present value. So now if you see, again, just to repeat this thing, if today's expense is 4.8 lakhs per year for you, you will be spending at age 40, roughly 12 lakh rupees. To give you a sense of it, right? I have seen many, and including myself, I have an expense of roughly similar sort of ballpark number that it comes in terms of living in a city, tier 1 city, and this is the kind of expense that we have. Again, if somebody says that no, I really want an expense of आज का expense कैसे चलेगा 4.8 lakhs, I really want it to be 12 lakhs but my salary is 6 lakhs only, तो जाके किसी घोड़े पे पैसा लगाओ, right? This is not the video for you, right? You have to just go to a race course and put money onto some dark horse. But जितनी चादर है उतने पैर पसारेंगे types, right? So अगर आपकी सैलरी 6 लाख रुपए है तो आप 80% of that you will be spending, right? Now this is the future value of expense. All this calculation is done on future value expense. This is just present value. PV expense is just for reference. For example, ये 7,82,000 रुपए जो है, 7.82 lakhs, the money which is there here, right? Is what you will be spending. Equivalent is 11 lakh rupees at when you are 31 years of age, you will be spending 11 lakh rupees. So you can make out that 7.8 lakhs में क्या घर चलेगा आज का, right? That's what चल जाएगा when you are 31 years of age, because you will be spending 11.74 and your salary will be 17. Now I have taken some assumptions here. I have taken salary increments of 12%. But if you see these 4 red things, I have taken assumptions that your salary will increase by 36.3%. It is some calculations I have done. Your salary has to increase by 36.3%. Now, does it really happen? ये तो क्या है, मतलब कि एक plan fit करने के लिए मैंने कुछ भी number लिख दिया है. Is that true? Not exactly. But then I will tell you, right? Whenever you switch a job, remember you are upskilling yourself and switching a job. Whenever you switch a job, generally, right, 25 to 35% hike that one gets, right, when they switch a job. Now it could be 36%, somebody 40%, sometimes 25%, but then this is just a mechanism I have put here, or you can put an average salary increment of 17% and everything will be similar here. It will be same if you put 17%, but that's not how your career will begin, right? So you'll begin with, say, some sort of 6 lakh salary. And for example, if I talk about a classic service-based company, say Infosys, Wipro, or whatever, engineers start working at 21 years of age at 3.5-4 lakh rupees. They would probably be at a salary of 6 lakh rupees at the age of 25, right? And they are upskilling themselves and trying to get this column up and ready. But what this shows is, at 46 years of age, you will stop working and you will be having 10.7, roughly 11 crores at that particular time. At 46 years of age, you will be having 11 crore rupees, 10.7 crore rupees at that particular time. That means 11 crores at that particular time means, what about today's value? If I just want to give you a reference, it's about 2.5 crores of today's value, right? So you will be having 11 crores at that particular time. In 2069, you will be having 11 crores. If you are spending around today's 12 lakhs during retirement, today's 12 lakhs will be after 45 years about 50 lakh rupees annually. So if you can imagine a life of someone who is spending today 12 lakh rupees, today's 12 lakhs annual, you can safely retire if you have 4 instances in your 20 years career where you are getting increments of 35% plus and usual increments of 12%. Or we can make it 6% each and 50% increments, whichever way you want to see, right? But if you see, as you are aging, as you age, your expense is coming down off as a percentage of your salary. For example, when you retire, your expense is only 40% of your salary, and that, my friends, is the key to financial independence. So I began with a 80% expense of my salary, and I am ending with a 40% or 36% expense of my salary. That is the motto of financial independence. अपनी ज़रूरतें जितनी होती हैं, right? You have to control those, control your needs, control your wants as much as you can, and then do not spend 80. That's why I said beginning of could be 80-20 rule, 50-30-20 rule. But as you progress, as you get, your lifestyle is not getting inflated. If somebody says, no, my lifestyle will inflate, again, this plan doesn't work. If your lifestyle will inflate, go to somebody who can claim to make you financially independent in 5 years. Pay with your money, no problem. It's your money. You can gamble the way you want it. But in my experience, whatever I have seen is the most boring people, right? The most boring people using the boring philosophies are the ones who have become financially independent, right? No Rambos, no Supermans, right? No Spider-Mans have become. The finance is a boring journey and you need to follow. Okay. So in 2069, you will be having today's 2.5 crores. That means future value of 11 crores. And if you have that, you can sustain this kind of expenses and you can retire. Again, there could be a lot of life-changing events in this, right? You can get married. Your spouse might be also working. You will get kids. They will also, have expense of having one kid is almost like 1.5 crores, right? Today's value. You could have some sort of health, expenses. You could have some personal loss, right? All those things are there. But then it is possible to get an FI at this, because again, it's possible, because possibility, again, a lot of things can be said and done saying that, okay, aisa nahi hoga, aisa hoga, and all those things, but then it's possible. But what I have assumed for investments is this. For close to about 12 to 13 years, your investments will grow at 18%. Again, mind you, you are not touching your investments. You have put your investments till you are 38 years of age. You have put all the money into aggressive investments, which is growing at 18%. Which is growing at 18% CAGR. That's why I said sequence of returns will not matter if your investments are above 7 or 8 years. But this I am considering that you are invested for about 13 to 14 years here. So I'm considering 18%. Okay, again, there will be balancing, rebalancing. Once I show you the Excel sheet, you will like it. Play with the Excel sheet once I share it with you, and then you will understand a little bit more. Okay, next, at 39 or 40, when you are getting a little bit older, you are moving your investments to a bit like 15%, not that aggressive, but then moderate risk of 15%. And once you are retired, your investments will grow only at 10%. And I'll show you the Excel sheet. Once you are 50, 60 years of age, we are again moving into even more safer, like 9% or 8%. That's all we have considered. But your withdrawal only starts at 46 years of age. If this is the pattern, a pattern could change. You might get 50%, or you might get in 5th year some hike, or you might change the job and things like that, but then it still works. But then you should aim to have 11 crore rupees by 45, 46 years of age if you want to retire, if this plan has to work, okay, at a salary of 6 lakhs. Now, if somebody wants to, again, I can't stop repeating that if you want that, okay, I want to spend 10 lakh rupees, I want to spend 15 lakh rupees, and my salary is only 5 lakh rupees. Baba, for the nth time, this video is not for you. Okay, please go spend your time somewhere else. Okay, so it's now, what is the purpose of this video before I jump to an Excel and show you to the Excel? The purpose, obviously, sorry to repeat this, that Purpose is not to show you, purpose is to basically show you a path that it is possible. Somebody asked me a question that is it possible to have a financial independence with a meager salary of say 3.5 lakhs, 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs? Yes, it's possible. You have to just be disciplined and keep upskilling yourself. Again, in this, life-changing events could happen. Your wife is working, very good. If you get married, if you're single, then yeah, all the best. If you're married, all the best. You can still make things happen, right? Now, jumping to Excel, I want to show a quick Excel to you here, that what the entire working was, right, for this thing. So this is the classic Excel that I keep sharing to my subscribers. If you are new, this Excel is for free. You have goals, you have this bottoms up planning that we all do. Each of these goals you can rebalance here, you can rebalance yes, no, whatever. This is a Monte Carlo simulation. You can keep inputting this, what percentages of equity that you want, what sort of Nifty you want. There's a lot of things you can change here. But for purpose of this, I have just added one more sheet here, which is showing basically about that how can a person who is getting 6 lakhs as salary can even plan for financial independence. Okay, this is not a foolproof plan. It is just showing that it is possible, right? Just to convince you that yes, it is possible to get into the financial independence journey, right? It's possible. ऐसा नहीं है कि सब कुछ हथियार डाल दिए बोले कि नहीं होगा, देखते हैं जब तक साथ चलेंगे तो काम करूंगा, ऐसा नहीं होगा, right? So we are just trying to see, is it possible? It's possible. So this Excel shows that, if you see here, after 46, that means 20 साल का लंबा प्लान है, we are considering 10%, no salary, absolute no salary here. We are considering 10% market returns for you. At 55 afterwards, I am considering only 9% returns for you, because you have to change to debt because you'll be pretty old. You cannot take risks, right? And once you are 75 years and above, I am considering only 8% of returns for you. Market returns, right? It could be FD, it could debt or whatever, right? So again, you should consider taxes. So these all models, Excel sheet that I was showing here, it considers all sort of taxes, inflation, everything. Falana dhimkana sab kuch karta hai. Very detailed Excel in itself, and I have not seen such Excels myself. That's why I had to build one and then I am sharing it for free to everyone. So this plan is still 85 years. That means 60 जब तक आप आज से अगर आप 25 साल के हैं, if you're 25 years now, this plan is for 60 next 60 years for you. Okay, in that you are working for 20 years. You can change these numbers, no issues. You can keep changing this number. You will say 12% किसको मिलता है, अभी तो 10% मिलता है, 10 डाल दो, right? Keep 10 here if you want. Keep 10 here, keep 25 here. But then again, you have to work for a few more years, right? What's the best thing? The best thing is upskill yourself, keep upskilling, keep finding a new position, right? Some exciting job. But in the meanwhile, in trying to save the money, don't lose life, right? Life is happening when you're planning things, right? Life is passing by when you're planning things. In this, I have considered a 7% generous inflation. I think I have seen that it's a 7.5%. I have not considered lifestyle inflation. If you want to have a Mercedes Benz in between, I'm sorry. Again, no, thank you so much. This plan is not for you. But this is for a generous a spend of 12 lakh rupees. Today's present 12 lakhs. If you are spending it after 10-15 years, inflation adjusted, it becomes 23, 26, 28. What you're seeing here, right? So please do not let anybody, come and influence so much, because everybody will come and take the pie of your thoughts, saying that okay, fine, let me put this influence, that influencer, this influencer, that everybody, including me. Do not, please think carefully, right? Finance is not gambling. You cannot gamble and make money. Is that, just invest for long term. Invest, believe in investment philosophy. Again, go ahead, hire an advisor. Advisors come at a pretty cheap price, in a sense that you can just get an advisor for 30,000-40,000 rupees one-time advice, and you can be really confident that yes, whatever plan that he or she is making for you will work, right? And then you can start your journey, and that's about it, right? So just email me if you want this Excel. If you want a personal consultation, please email me as well. And if you want a small training for your company, absolutely for free, please call me. I am willing to give corporate training as well, absolutely for no charge, right? It will be online training on weekends, absolutely no charge, no fees attached to it, and I can give you a training in your company as well, right? As a free corporate training. So thank you so much, and happy financial planning. Bye-bye.